Hey, Kat Chancellor here, Stamp Art Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make these treat bags using some of our Halloween products. I'm going to make a couple of bags. I'm using some of the paper that comes from the new catalog that goes live 1 September. It's paper, or rather it's pumpkin pie, basic gray and black, and some of the DSP. I'm going to kind of change it up, see, kind of put it together and see what I come up with. I've also got some Versamark because I may do some embossing, and I'm going to use my Ghoulish Grunge set that is actually a wood block set. I made the mistake of buying a wood block set instead of the regular set, I'm okay with that. I just took the blocks out and I took my rubber stamps. I put what the image that should go on the back of the block, I just put it on the back of my rubber stamps, and I'm just adhering them to my acrylic blocks and going like hey, no big deal. So if you ever make the mistake, don't worry about it. You can still use them. What I am going to use, and you will need the gift bag punch board, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You can make 3 sizes. This is a large, and it's all based on the base. So you need a 10-inch wide piece of paper for small, 11-inch for medium, and 12-inch for large. Now, this is part of a 12 by 12 because it's 12 by 6. That's what this bag's going to be when I'm done with it. Same with this one. It's a 12 by 12 piece. It's going to be a little taller, but 12 long, just to kind of show you what you can do with a different type of bag. And this one is basically 8.5 by 11. So it's going to be the 11 inches for the medium size. So let's show you how you can make a medium sized bag. It's going to be a little tall, but we're going to decorate it. And I'm using just plain paper because I have some of my stamps out, and we're going to see how we can decorate the bags just going straight with the stamps. You can always use it with DSP, but hey, we're going to try something different. So hope you're excited, and hey, let's get started. Okay, welcome to the gift bag punch board. And this is a special tutorial or a special video I'm doing for a very good customer of mine who wants to learn how to make these bags. So I'm going to demonstrate them for our Halloween, and I may do some Christmas bags, but basically just to kind of give you the steps. Right here is the start line, and you're going to line your paper up on this line, and then this is the punch part. You also have a scoring tool that comes out of the side right here that you're going to use to score these, and they call them gussets because this is this side of the bag right here. So you're going to score one side, then you're going to go and to the size of your bag, and then score your next size. Okay, so let's see if I can talk and show at the same time. So I'm going to use a 12 by 6-inch piece of paper, cardstock, and I'm going to line it up with my start line right there. Okay, so it's lined up right there against my start line. So I'm going to punch it. I'm going to have to stand up to do this. I'm going to punch it, and then I'm going to do my gusset and do my horizontal line. And there. Then I'm going to line it up to my So that's what your first punch is going to look like. It's going to form that, and then you're going to have this gusset, this triangle, and then you're going to have another line. So you're going to need to bend it right here, right? You're going to have to fold it. So you're going to take this line here, and we're going to line it up at our start line, and I'm going to punch it. Okay, so now I have created my flap. So this is my end, which is this end right here, right? Now I have to create my front. So to create the length of my front, I'm going to line that up to where I just punched it, and I'm going to go over here, and since this is a 12-inch piece of cardstock, it is technically a large. So I'm going to come over here to the L, and I'm going to go down and across, and that is the front of my bag. Okay, so I've gone down and across, and hopefully you can see that. Gone down and across, and this is the front of my bag. Now I have to punch this corner right here. So I'm going to line this line up with my little start line there, right here, and I'm going to punch. Okay, so you can see I have my side, I have my front. Now I'm going to have to do my next gusset side. Okay, so I'm going to line it up to where I just punched it. Okay, there's my gusset, my front. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crease my gusset, go across, and since I already punched it, I don't have to punch again. Okay, now I'm going to come over to this side and line it up and punch it, and go across and down to where my large is, because this is a large bag. Okay, so I now have those flaps. So to get my last flap, I'm going to line it up with my line, punch, and I can always bring it over here and just kind of get my last one. So there it is. Okay. Gusset, front, gusset, back. And then I've got an edge, and this is my tab on my 12-inch paper. Last bag, one more time. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, start line and tab. See that little tab? That's what you line your score line up in order to, when you're ready to punch your tab. So we'll do it again. Line up my paper at the start line, punch. Since this is my first gusset, I'm going to score my triangle. Okay, so there's my first gusset. I'm going to slide my scored line down to my tab so I can punch the other side of my gusset. Because this is a 12-inch piece of paper, and let me just check. Yep, it's a large. So I'm going to do my horizontal line, and then I'm going to go over to my L, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down, score down. I'm going to move this all the way down to this score line, to this tab here. Hold it there. Punch. And this is going to be my second gusset. Okay. So I have my triangle. I'm going to slide this down to the end of my triangle because now I'm going to score my tab on the end of my gusset. This is a large. I go down to the L and score across. And there is my piece. I need to hit that tab. I just line it up with that. And boom, there it is. So now I have 3 bags that I've made with my gift bag punch. So I'm going to put this aside, and now we're going to have some fun. All right, so I'm going to take my Ghoulish Grunge, and I'm going to take some Versamark, and let's see, I think I'm going to do this one with just my Ghoulish Grunge, with just my pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to have some fun with this. This is the bottom of my bag, so I'm just going to stamp my bag. Like that, okay. And I am going to add some stuff on the side. I'm going to take some more of that mummy wrapping, and I am going to put it on the side of my bag here. Stamp it. Okay, and then let me clean off my stamps. I'm going to use them again. I'm going to take my orange and my sponge, and I'm just going to sponge this all the way around like this on my edges. I'm doing all this before I put my bag together. I'm going to fold that because this is going to be a flap, and I'm going to just go around and sponge the heck out of it. Okay, so there's this bag. We're going to put that aside, and we're going to close this up. Now I'm going to take this bag, and I'm going to get my Versamark out and put my pumpkin pie away. And with my Versamark, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to stamp this on the front side of my bag. Okay, I've got I'm going to clean this off. Now and I'm going to take this Ghoulish drippy stuff, and I'm going to put that there, and that there, okay, and clean that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my clear, and I'm going to spread my clear over my Versamark here. Okay. Okay, so that's ready to be embossed. So I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to emboss everything together. And I'm going to take my black, and I'm not going to use my Versamark. Well, yes, I am. No, I'm not. I'm working on the fly here. I'm going to use my white ink pad. I'm going to use my clear because that's what I'm using here. And I'm working on the fly. I'm going to take my white, turn my bag around, and I'm going to put that here. I'm going to put this one here, put this one there, and this one here. Okay, let me clean my stamp. It's kind of yucky. And then I'm going to take my mummy one, and I'm just going to have some fun here, and I'm just going to just do that like that. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to take my clear, and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and shake some clear on this one. Slide this down and get some clear on this one. Some clear on this one before it dries. And some clear on this one. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to emboss these, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have clear embossed our bags. You can see they got kind of a nice shiny, see that shine right there to the web? It's kind of neat. This is the top of the bag, so that's what the bag's going to look like. Here's our gray bag. Again, it's got kind of that neat shiny. It looks like some real goo is really going down that bag. And then here's the bag we did with the pumpkin pie. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this bag. We're going to take one of our sponges, and I'm using the Smoky Slate. So I'm going to kind of do some of these edges here. I'm just going to smear it. Okay, kind of give it that yucky Halloween ghoulish feel. Okay, and I'm going to bend my bottoms. I'm going to kind of get them going a little bit. And I'm going to get my top here. I'm going to bend this because this is my side, and I'm going to make sure I get this really good. That's what I want. I want these edges to look all kind of, take my glasses off there. I want my edges to look really kind of ancient. Okay, looks pretty good. And I don't think I can do much with this one because it's already black. I think I'm going to kind of leave that one alone. What I am going to do is I'm going to take this one here. Okay, this is the top of my bag. This is the top of my bag. And I'm going to go into my Spooky Fun stamp set. And it has this wonderful spider that I am going to get some Memento ink, and I'm going to hang my spider from my spider web. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to hang my spider from my spider web. All right, and if I want to put a spider in my spider web, all I have to do is I can cover up the string part, and I can go ahead and just, I think that'll work. If I just tap it on the end and put a spider inside my web. Just hitting, all I'm doing is I'm just hitting the edge of that spider, like right there, and I'm not getting any of the string. And I'm putting spiders in my web. There, I've just got some little spiders in my web there. So that takes care of that. So now to put our bags together. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold all my pieces, and I'm going to take my punch once again because I'm going to cut, or rather I'm going to punch my the holes that go inside my punch. So I think I do it like that. And then I do it like that. So every crease, I line it up right here and I punch, and I will make holes for my string. So I have a hole there, I have a hole there, okay, so I just need a hole right here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to punch all these out, and I'll be right with you. Okay, so we're going to put this bag together, and this little flap here, this thing here, we're going to cut that off right there. We don't need that. And the first place we're going to put tape is going to be on this thin flap right here. We're going to put a very nice long piece of tape as close to the edge as possible. Like that. Okay. And I'm going to put tape on each one of these, but I'm going to leave one of these is going to go without tape because that's going to be our bottom. So I'm going to put tape here. I'm going to put tape here. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to put tape right there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this piece up. And we're going to fold it. And I'm going to bring this other flap over. And I'm going to match this flap ever so sweetly with that edge. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold my pieces. These little flaps go in first. So I'm going to go ahead and take that tape off. Take that tape off. Fold that in. And then I'm going to fold this and take this piece of tape off here. And then that piece that doesn't have, we just fold that in like that. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to get something like a bone folder. And I'm going to kind of roll it back and forth in here so I get some good, that's going to stay, some good adhesion. Now, sometimes your holes don't always match up. This one is right on, it matched. This one didn't. I keep a handy dandy little hole punch that I do just to make sure that I get it spot on, okay? So, no worries there. So, we have one bag. We have two bags, okay, and now let's do the last bag. Again, we have this edge piece right here. I'm going to cut this off. Fold all my creases. Then I'm going to apply my tape. First piece, this nice long piece goes all the way along along this strip right here. If there's a hole, then just go up to the hole. And then we're going to do every single one of these flaps except for one, because that's going to be our bottom flap. So we're going to do this flap and this flap. We're not going to do that flap. Don't want to make that mistake again. I already did it once. And then we're just going to pull up our tape. Oops. There I go, making that mistake again. Got to do this one first. What was I thinking? All right, you're with me, right? Got to do this one first. Bring this one over. Gonna line them up. Nice crease. All right, now I can fold my things in and take my tape off. Here's another way to do it. Stand your box up like this and then pull them up. That's probably even a better way to do it, because then you can remember that if you do it this way, then you've already done your side tape and you won't make the mistake that I made the first time. So inside goes the small ones, then goes my tape, and then here's my bottom. All right, got that nice and square, set it down, grab my bone folder or anything that's long enough that you can stick your hand in here, and just make sure that you get that piece nice and together. Sometimes you just stick your fingers in there and make sure it gets it good. And then there we go. We got it folded, and these circles actually came out pretty good. They came right on. Okay, so there's our 3 bags. Now we're going to use the same thing we used before. We're going to take our circles and our 2.5 inch scalloped layering circles and our 2.5 inch punch. We cut the black out of the 2.5 inch punch, and then we cut the 2.5 inch scalloped edge. Okay, and we're just going to adhere those there. And we're going to set these aside because I got something I want to do first. We're probably going to have to put this one. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's late in the day and I've already done a couple of videos. I'm going to take my Happy Halloween, and you know the deal. So let me go ahead and stamp these out. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. And since these are treat bags, we can go one step further and add on the bottom of our bag, we can add, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to show you this. We're going to take this and we're going to bend it up on my block. Look at that. We bent it up. So now it's going to say Trick or Treat on the bottom. See how that works? And we're going to have Trick or Treat on the bottom. And Trick or Treat on the bottom. Happy Halloween, Trick or Treat. And then I'm going to I think I'm going to use the witch for all of these. So let me take off my, and I'm just going to put a big fat witch in the middle of all my, circles here. Look at that. That look cool? All right, the only other thing we have to do is we're going to take some of our orange, because we're going to put some of that around our circles like we did before. Grab my sponge and just sponge it around. And for this one here, I'm not going to do orange. I'm going to do the gray. And there's my gray. I'm going to do one in gray. And I don't know which one. Since I already have it on the black, it's just a lot easier. It won't show up as bad. Since I already made the boo-boo doing it first. But you know what they say? There are no boo-boos in stamping. So now I'm going to put this on that, and I'm going to put this on that. Okay, and put this away. Let me put my witch away first because I don't want to lose her. This is a really good set. And I want to make sure I keep all these tiny little pieces, including my little spider together. And I'm going to take my dimensionals. Pop on some dimensionals here. And you may want to put a good number on it since you're going to be putting it. I'm going to put these, instead of making tags, I really liked how these looked on my cards. So I am going to put these on my that's actually the front, because you want the seam in the back. So that's actually my front. And I'm going to put this gray one on this one. Right about, make sure get my seam is in the back. So there's my seam. So I want this to be my front. Right here. Oh, well, it helps if you take off the sticky stuff, Katrina. I think I'm going to do it this way. No, I like this one. So I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm going to do this one. think I'll put it right there, even though I have to cover that spider. That's my seam, so I want my seam in the back. And there you go. One of the reasons why I don't put tags on these bags is because I like to put the tag on the front of the bag because it's a lot less hassle. Now, all I do is I pinch this and I get one hole. I folded my twine in half and I just push it through the hole, and voila! It is threaded. Then I really don't. It doesn't really matter the length of this string here, because now all I want to do is I want to make sure that I get a bow. Now on this bag over here, there you go. Can you see? There. On this bag over here, I actually use both colors, and I use some jute twine to kind of give it a different look. This one, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the orange. And again, I'm just going to take a length of it and I'm going to double it up. You could triple it up if you want. I'm going to pinch it so I can see my hole, stick my yarn, thread my yarn through the hole, bring it around. Now there are some neat things I've seen done in the catalog with this. You can make some tassels or pom-poms with this yarn, which I think would be really cool. Don't have the time to do that for you today, but I think I've demonstrated enough about how you can have some real fun with these bags. So there you go. 3 bags, kind of ghoulish, using both the Whisper White ink and then using our clear embossing powder. Just using the Versamark and clear embossing powder to kind of give it that neat look, as well as using our ink to kind of age it a little bit. You could also do some other things with it by using the gorgeous Grunge and putting some splotches on it. On both of these gussets, I use the mummy wrap texture from the Ghoulish Grunge, which kind of gave it an interesting look to the bag. On this one, I didn't. But again, it's simply a matter of choice, and you can always change up your tags. But I just really kind of, I really think these are pretty cool. I hope you like them. I hope the time I took demonstrating using the gift bag punch is enough that will give you an idea how much fun that punch board can be, and look for some other videos that I'll have for the holidays, because you know these are cute little things for the office or for school, and the kids can have a lot of fun with decorating their own little bag once you punch them all out, and they're really not that hard to put together. I really recommend the tear tape that Stampin' Up! Has. So, Cat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection, thank you for watching. Please like my video, and if there's any products here that you see that you can't do without, please go to my website if you don't have a demonstrator, and I'd be happy to help you and be your demonstrator. Thanks much. Have a great evening.